protect and defend the Constitution of the Kansas State University Student Governing Association?
I do.
Awesome. If you guys could, first name, last name, hometown, major, favorite smell.
I'm Sean Marshall. I'm a political science major. Hometown, favorite smell?
Yeah.
My hometown is Wiesbaden, Germany, and my favorite smell is, that's a really hard one. I like that smell when you're in Home Depot and you're in like the wood aisle. It's plywood. That's yeah.
Hi everyone, my name's Abby Gilliland King. I'm in the Masters of School Counseling program. My hometowns are Urbana, Illinois, and my favorite smell is coffee in the morning.
All right, can we give our new senators a round of applause? All right, next up on the agenda is committee reports. Are there any committee chairs who would like to give a report? All right, seeing none. Next, we'll move into directors' reports. Are there any directors who would like to give a report? Director Boyd.
Hello, everybody. So next week, the Cat's Cupboard is celebrating its 1-year anniversary with something called Open Cupboard. If you have never been to Cat's Cupboard and as a student leader you have not been there, this is a great opportunity to go visit. So I'll give you a little information on where they are. So it's room 9, Fairchild Hall. So Fairchild is like right by Kedzie, like there's Anderson, it's right there. You go around the corner over in the by the big open area near Calvin, Kedzie, and Nichols, and there's going to be this little stairwell that goes down to the basement of Fairchild, and that's a great way to get into the Cat's Cupboard. You can also go the back way, but I can't even describe how to get in the back way. But so I highly recommend going. So once again, next week, Open Cupboard. There are incentives to go. So you, if you go and attend the event, you get 1 raffle ticket. If you bring a most needed item, which is canned chicken, canned fruit, or cereal, you get 2 raffle tickets. And if you bring a friend or bring another item, you get another raffle ticket. I do not know what the raffle items are, but I assure you they are awesome. So definitely go check it out. Visit so you can say where it is and help students out. This is an important student service. It serves a significant portion of the student body compared to many other student services. So it's important you go check it out. So awesome. If you have any questions about where it is, let me know, and I stand for questions.
All right, are there any questions for Director Boyd? All right, if not, are there any more directors' reports? Coordinator Bothwell.
If there's another report, if someone wants to go first, actually, while we're getting this up, it'll be just a moment.
I have a super short one.
Vice President Pitts.
So we're going to get out of this chair. Sadie, you're going to be great. This won't take me long, but I did have a few things to bring to light for all of you. So first of all, in case any of you want that opportunity to be on a search committee, I know we had brought one up several weeks ago, and there's another opportunity now. The Center for Student Involvement, as we know it as CSI, is currently looking for a position on their search committee for a new assistant leadership director. So they're looking specifically for a male because they feel like too many females are already on the search committee. So if you want some experience with being on the other side of the table with interviews and kind of that hiring process, I would really recommend it. And it's a really great opportunity to be more involved with CSI and get to know that staff. So also, I just wanted to touch on Jordan's absence. So tonight she's not here because she is going through orientation programs with Deloitte, the job that she got and will eventually have following her graduation with K-State in Kansas City. So, she couldn't be here at all. And then finally, Provost Tabor brought up the budget, and we have been in many meetings about the budget in recent months. So if you have any questions or have any concerns concerning the budget, please don't be afraid to reach out to me, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, and I'm happy to have a conversation. Otherwise, on the K-State website, wow, I'm like breathing a lot. I can hear myself. But on the K-State website, you can go to the budget modernization plan on the budget website, and you can really access that by searching it on the ksu.edu webpage. So thanks, everybody, and I will stand for questions.
Are there any questions for Vice President Pitts?
Cool.
All right. Thanks, Lacey.
Yep.
Okay, so Nathan and I just wanted to update you guys a little bit on the intern program, especially since it's kind of a new format this year. So the first slide kind of just talks about what phase 1 looked like. So the past 5 weeks, we've been meeting in Walcott Chamber at 5:45 with many interns. So we had like an introduction the first week. You guys can read legislative, executive, judicial, and then elections this past week. So this is a little graph we made to show you guys attendance. We really want to keep you all informed as we go through this new process. So the first week we had 54 participants and overall had 59. So we're kind of looking at our data to see that most of the participants came the first week. And then 39 were eligible for phase 2 and 33 applied. So that's an area Nathan and I are looking more into as to why those 6 didn't apply. And we know with some of them it's just like they realized like the time commitment was going to be too much, but that's something we're looking into.
So another thing we did the very last week is we did like a survey to all the interns who are in the program, kind of talking about like what did you like, what did you not like, kind of rating the different parts, as well as just giving us like feedback on different questions. So a really good thing was, out of the surveys that we got that week, only one rating was lower than a 4 on anything, which we were really happy about. So that was like all the guest speakers, the activities we did, like the information we delivered. So we were really happy that interns seemed to be really satisfied with that. And one of the questions we asked was like, what branch was your most favorite to learn about, and why? And there was like no consistent answer whatsoever. Some students were like all in on judicial, said they didn't like some others. Other people like loved legislative, loved executive. So we felt really good about that coming out of our meetings, that like all the students had really diverse opinions on what branches they liked. That was kind of the goal with the new program. So we're really happy to see that that was the result. And then just speaking on retention for a little bit. So 30 out of the 54 students who attended the first meeting are going on to phase 2. So a lot of the ones who came to the very first meeting ended up staying. But then another thing to bring up is that 13 who attended the first meeting never came again. So that was one thing that was really interesting. But in a way, I think Sadie and I think that was really good. We know some of the problems like with intern classes in the past few years have been like people dropping as the year goes on because they decide the organization's not for them. So the good news is at least with the program, they got like a really basic overview of like what SGA was, everything that was involved with it before they chose not to come again. So at least like, you know, they came, they learned a little bit, and at least that way they were able to find more out about us without like sticking around if they didn't want to. So yeah. Also, the pictures at the end, I guess just to mention, the very last week we did elections and campaigns, so those were actually like campaign posters that some of the students designed for like what they would want their own campaign posters to look like.
Okay, so looking at applications, we kind of wanted to point out some key words that we noticed a lot of them using. One I found really interesting was impact. A lot of the interns in their application for phase 2 said they know that SGA is the place to make an impact, and that's why they're here. And I thought this was just kind of a cool way to show you guys like what they're looking forward to, and to also show how invested these 33 interns already are. So moving forward, phase 1 will start again October 18th, and we'll be splitting, so I'll be leading phase 1. If you know anyone that is interested in SGA and just couldn't make it work in the beginning of the school year, but now feel that they could add on that commitment, please nominate them, let us know. We would love that. And then phase 2 will start the same day, October 18th, with the 33 interns that applied, and they'll begin committee rotations soon after.
We also are starting the mentor program this week. Those of you who are mentors currently should have received an email from us earlier this week about who your assigned mentee is. So you should know all of that information already. I know some people have already reached out to their mentors, but if you haven't, kind of try to keep it a little secret until next week, just because Sadie and I think it would just be more fun that way. Not because there's any other reason, we just think it would be fun to show up and get like a reveal of who their mentee is. If you have talked to them already, it's no big deal, but we just think that'd be a really fun way to do things. One thing we brought tonight that we would really appreciate all of you who are mentors to do is please write a little note card to your mentee for next week. Sadie and I are going to deliver them in all their packet of information next week. So if you write them a note with just your name, you're excited to see them in SGA, as well as your contact information, so they have a way to talk to you, we'd do that. Actually, who all is signed up to be mentors right now? Okay, would you pass out cards to all those people right now? Okay, that way, if you can return those to us by the end of Senate tonight, we would greatly appreciate that. If you don't know who your mentee is, because you don't have that email right now or anything, come talk to Sadie and I. We still have that. But we would just love for you to get that done tonight, so that way one of the first things that the interns get at their first meeting is a note from someone in SGA saying how excited they are for them to be involved for the year. Another thing also to touch on really quickly is that we actually had more mentors than mentees. We had 38 members of SGA sign up to be a mentor. So we had 5 people who did not get used this first time. Trust us, we will use you later in the year as we get more students. So if you are not signed up to be an SGA mentor and you would like to be as the year goes on, please let Sadie and I know. We'll totally find an opportunity for you to do that later this year. But for right now, we really just only had 33, so that's the people that we use. But we've got the other people's name on the list, and we're totally keeping them in mind. You can go to the next slide. So is there any final questions, or Sadie's passing out the note cards for anyone about the intern program, what it looks like, anything for the future?
Questions for our intern coordinators, Senator Wilhelm?
So for those 13 that dropped after that first meeting, did you reach out to them just to ask what they thought of it or what they didn't like about it?
So we haven't done that yet, but the one thing is the email list for the whole thing we just added to every week. So even if they dropped after the first meeting, they got my emails for the next 4 weeks after that that I sent out. So they still technically have access to all the information that they missed even at the intern meetings. We have not followed up with them yet, but we are planning on doing that soon.
Further questions? Director Sedlacek?
In the email that you sent out with the list of mentor-mentee matchups, you also mentioned you were going to be providing more information to those who signed up as mentors.
Yes.
When do y'all plan on doing that?
We plan on sending more of an email this weekend to everyone about everything being involved. The big thing right now is having a note ready. And then another thing we mentioned in that email is if you could be at Senate next week, 15 minutes early, just a little bit. The phase 2 interns are actually going to be meeting in room 206. They actually won't be meeting in here since they'll be split. So we'll be coming down around 15 minutes till. If you would sit with them next week, that's the really big thing that we're going to ask them to do. And again, we'll be sending out more information this weekend.
Are there any additional questions for our intern coordinators? Chair Spellman?
One of the very last questions you said you asked what branch they preferred. In pairing mentors with mentees, did that also come into consideration?
Yes, that was one of their application questions for phase 2 was what branch do you see yourself working in the most? So that was probably our first priority when pairing people. It's not exact. We have way more legislative members signed up than judicial or executive. So a lot of people who like suggested that they were interested in either of those two still got a legislative mentor. But if they did that, we tried to pair them off either like academic college or also we tried to look at just like general interests or even just like personalities. Since we know most people here, we know most of the interns already. Those were just the things we looked at.
Further questions? All right, if not, great job, guys. Are there any additional director's reports? Director McIntosh?
Hello everyone, so this is kind of a joint report for the multicultural affairs and international affairs. I just wanted to say thank you all for supporting KSU Unite this last Tuesday. It was a really good show out, so thank you all for supporting that. Caucus leaders received an email about individual college diversity summits, so just kind of keep an eye out for those, and we'll be getting more information with that, but kind of start thinking of what your individual colleges might need with the diversity summit, so that way you can start thinking and you're aware of it when your caucus leaders do start talking to you about it. But we are here today to kind of give you guys an update on the Multicultural Student Center that we are making a lot of progress on. Bosco kind of gave the report for us, but we'll be able to give you guys a lot more details with this PowerPoint. So our project action team consisted of 28 members from students, faculty, alumni, and also different. So yeah, it was a really diverse team. We were able to get a lot of different ideas, and like he said, build on the progress that was made in the past couple of years. So we were able to get a lot of diverse thoughts that came from that.
The general design of the Multicultural Center, we started with the master planning, and that's the phase that we undertook over the summer. So now, as Dr. Bosco said, we'll kind of move into the schematic design of over the next couple weeks, and so we plan to meet starting next week to get involved with that. After that, we'll go into the design development, talk a little bit about the documentation, and then we'll get the contracting out and start construction, hopefully in 2019, I believe. Yes, spring 2019.
So this is kind of the schedule that we're looking at right now currently. So as you can kind of see as we're moving on, it's going to be moving a lot more with the design development and what it's actually going to look like. Right now we kind of know what rooms we want to be in it, generally the ideas that we want going into it, but right now we're going to be working a lot on fundraising and what we want the building to actually look like. Hopefully by December we're going to have some actual mock-ups of what the building could look like.
So based on the work that was done in the past, we kind of put together some character statements. So we wanted it to be well positioned. It should be multi-purpose for all students, and for it to be fitting with all the different capacities that we want. So some student organizations mentioned that they want a place to practice, they want a place to keep meeting. So we wanted the center to be multi-purpose, multifunctional. It should be a space where we could have intercultural collaboration, welcoming and comfortable. So some of the furniture that we envision is for it to be like a lounge style, somewhere we could, relax and be more comfortable in having different conversations. We also wanted it to be a sense of place, so another space that we could call home, something like that. So we put a lot of thought into it. Yes, and these are the character statements that really form the feel of the building or the center.
So over the summer, a lot of what we did was focus on these outcomes and how kind of like the driving factors of why we were doing this building, why we wanted these certain rooms in the building, and kind of the functions behind that. So you can kind of just go through, and these outcomes are basically those driving factors on why we kind of created the building the way it was.
And just to add to it, like for example, for the meeting capacity, we looked at the days that would be the heaviest in terms of which student organizations will be using the space the most, and we sectioned it out by days, and we noticed that on Tuesdays would be the heaviest practice days for most student organizations, and so we took all of that into consideration. For most of the space, it will be morphable and can be expanded to accommodate the different student organizations that will be practicing on like some of the heavier days.
So we won't go too in deep with this because it's probably just like a lot of words, but these are basically the program requirements that we put throughout each room that we decided that we needed to have in this building. So you can kind of go through and see with the welcome area, this is what we wanted, with the offices, this is what we wanted, which we'll get into right here.
Time for the speakers has expired. Or is there a motion to extend? Chair Kulkarni.
I move to extend the speaker's time by 5 minutes. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to extend the speaker's time by 5 minutes. If there are no objections, 5 more minutes.
So the next couple slides are going to be the specific rooms that we definitely wanted to have in the building. So with that, the welcome area, we wanted the building to be a standalone building and not just an addition to the union. And for us, that was really important for it to have its own welcome area, its own entrance, so that way it is distinguishable from the union, because we didn't want people thinking it was just another addition. So that was something that was really special for that.
So in addition to the welcome area, we wanted to have different areas for gathering. Again, we'll emphasize things like individual study and focus areas. This area would facilitate group collaboration. And again, we want all the areas to be morphable so that it can be expanded into bigger areas, such as like the MSO group areas. We also wanted to have a kitchen, as Dr. Bosco spoke about. It will be a commercial kitchen, yes, with commercial grade, limited storage, and cooking facilities.
So with this, we do plan on having some offices in there for faculty. However, we wanted this building to be for students, made by students, so that way it really focused in on what they needed instead of just having more office space for faculty. So there will be some offices for faculty, but that's not going to be taking up a lot.
Yeah, there will only be like, I think, 3 offices for the DMSA faculty. We wanted to have a meeting space, so to hold periodic events. We also thought it would be beneficial to have breakout or huddle areas and conference rooms. And then, most importantly, this was a major area for students. They wanted a space for performance and for practice, and so we would consider the sounding and the flooring types and all those amenities that would make sure that we're not, it's not interfering with other meetings.
Right. Building.
Yeah.
And having important support, like just space for organizations to store anything, or kind of, again, that flexibility and collaboration between those. These are just other considerations that we may add later, but still considering them with what we're using have left. So we'll go really quickly through this, since Bosco kind of already touched on it and why we have it at the union area. So like you said, Site B, that is the place that we did pick, and like you said, it's going to be right outside those big windows from CSI, so you'll be able to kind of see it right there. Hopefully it'll be a really nice, beautiful building, so you're not staring at it on the wall. But these are the 4 main considerations that we had to putting, or in deciding what place that we wanted to have the building at. And what we took away from the site location of having it right outside of Union too. These are kind of those main points. And you can kind of see that little box area is the area that we would be in. So like I said, right outside the CSI windows, you'll be able to see it right from there. That's that grass area right outside that Union. So that choice to have the Union, I think a lot of people kind of got a little frustrated over. It was definitely a big talking point, but at the end of the day, it really was the best location to have it. With the considerations that we have, it really was a unanimous vote that didn't just happen overnight. It was a long discussion point over the whole summer. So a lot of people think that it happened very quickly and that we kind of rushed to make that decision, but we really didn't. We did honor a lot of what the parents did work on when finding what site would be the best to have this location. Any questions?
Are there any questions for our speakers? Senator Albers.
So just curious, what are happening with the renderings that we had previously from like 2016 or so? Are those like being considered in the construction of this new building, or are they just?
So I think a lot of the areas that they had in those renderings were a lot of the backbone of what we wanted in the building and why we wanted them. Since we are moving to a brand new location, the renderings, of course, are going to be 100% different. And it is a brand new action team, so that idea of what we do want is going to change a little bit, but I don't think that it's going to be a lesser building because of that.
Further questions? All right, seeing none, thank you both. Are there any further director's reports? Director Pick.
Hey William, glad to see you.
Hey everyone, my name is Cecilia and I'm the Academic Affairs Director, and I just wanted to report on some of the things that I've been working on this semester. So I wanted to work with Hale Libraries after the fire because they realized that it would have a big impact on the academic performance of students. And some of the things that we were noticing were that even though there's a lot of information out there, students were not reaching out for that information, and that led to some negative feelings, and a lot of them were angry about what happened, and they just didn't know where the relocated services were going to be. So we decided to make a video, and we've been working on it. We kind of wanted to make it fun, so we included Willie there, and we wanted it to be played in the classroom so that the students who are not being informed and the ones who are not reaching out for information are kind of forced to be informed by watching in class. So,
I just want to remind everyone that Hale's library services are still available and have been relocated. If you want to print, there are computers and printers with limited free printing available 24/7 at the Union's first floor in Dickens Hall, Room 1. If you want to sit, study, or relax, study locations exist in various campus locations. One of the most convenient is in the K-State Student Union, which is open 24/7. It even includes rooms available to reserve. We are still a library, so with our interlibrary loan service, you can request any book, chapter, article, or CD, and we will work to get it for you from another library. Also, you can pick up your course reserve textbooks at our Union Help Desk to help you with the courses you're taking. Welcome to the IT Help Desk, Willie. Here we can assist you with technology-related questions that you may have, such as email or Canvas, and you can even check out equipment such as cameras or tripods. You still look confused, Willie, but don't worry. If you have questions or need assistance, please reach out to us. All of our locations have friendly librarians who would be happy to help you. Our library help desks are located at Other ways to contact us are by using our Ask a Librarian service by phone, chat, email, or you can schedule an appointment. For more information, please visit www.ksu.edu/Hale and download K-State Mobile on your phone to access the campus map and our Hale Recovery tab. The fire in Hale was a huge loss to us, but it has brought our community together. Our K-State community, K-State librarians, IT services, faculty, and Student Governing Association are working together to improve our services and provide a new Hale Library with better opportunities for our students to succeed. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing all of you at our different locations.
So a way in which you can all support this is if you see it in class, you can maybe talk about everything you know about Hale, encourage your classmates to go online and get information, and the link here for a survey is so that students can voice their opinions on what they want to see in Hale for the future, so you can go in there and kind of like put your opinion. And there's also another survey about the relocated services and what you would like to get improved or some of the things that you're not liking right now. And I will send both of those links